all the hits.
Q100 at 99.7.
It's Q100 and the Burt Show at 9:39 with David Archuleta in studio.
It was the bomb. This boy's the one to beat.
Oh boy.
I think it was absolutely perfect, David.
David, you didn't.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Oh, it's awkward.
Why is that awkward to you?
I don't know. It's just weird hearing people talk about you, like without you there. Oh, I don't know. I am here. Just kidding. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't even watch myself. I haven't watched any of the shows yet.
You have never seen One American Idol with you on it?
No.
Really?
Well, at least my part. I just can't watch it. It's just awkward. I tried watching the first one.
Yeah.
But it's like it's because it's like you learn when you watch yourself like what you can improve on. But I just couldn't do it. I just like as soon as my face went on the screen, I had to leave the room.
Really?
If you're watching it now, will you fast forward? Like, will you watch other people on the show and then fast forward through yourself?
What?
If you were watching other people on the show, would you fast forward through yourself?
Through myself? Yeah. Probably.
For a second there, I thought he was going to beat you up. I know. He came at you pretty
That was the meanest talk I've ever heard of you.
What did you say?
No.
So what is it? Is the insecurity in the voice, or is it what you look like, or your
I just
mannerisms?
weird. I mean, I've gotten a lot better with pictures. Like I used to have to cover my face while I signed. I was a weirdo, but I've gotten a lot better. I mean, it's just it's like it's okay to see my face now.
So
I don't know. I was just a weird person.
I think it's okay to say. You know what? I think it's okay to say.
I've gotten over it though. It's still weird to see yourself though, just because. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't like to watch themselves unless I don't know. Then there are people on the opposite end who love to watch themselves. So I'm not one of those people.
But it's got to be odd, like you said earlier about how you go from just thinking, oh, maybe in 10 years maybe this will happen, and then all of a sudden it happens, and it's so fast this whole year. It has to be weird.
Yeah, just because I wasn't even like planning on auditioning the summer before last when the summer before I went to audition. Mm-hmm. And, I had a summer job, that I was like, oh, well, if I had to quit it in order to go audition. And I didn't know if I wanted to or not, because it was like, well, I finally have a job. And I didn't know if I was going to get past the first round.
Right.
So, but, at the last minute, you just get that feeling where it's like, I have to do this, let's go for it and take a chance.
What was the summer job?
Yeah, I'm curious what the job was.
I ran lights and sound at our local park amphitheater.
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah. And it was only like a few more weeks too, so it's like it was a good choice. Yeah, in the end, definitely.
You ever messed up the lights one time, like messing up the lights, putting them up, and somebody said, "Archuleta, you're never going to amount to anything."
No, it was pretty easy. They were just like little dance performances and plays.
Yeah.
I just my friends worked there, so it was fun.
That's wild.
What was the name of the amphitheater?
With music.
What was the name of it?
I think it was just like Murray Park Amphitheater.
Have you gone back to play there and yell at the person who does the lights and the sound?
No,
because I would do that.
There he is at Murray Park.
Back when I was here, we would never have these problems.
No, they're good. They ran things well. So
at one point he said David was thinking to himself, someday I'm going to be on that stage at Murray Park.
No.
Someday.
No.
Well, congratulations to all the success.
Thank you.
Now, are you still going to school now? Are you still technically in high school, or?
Well, I'm a senior still, but I've been doing stuff online.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's that work? You just sign up like every day at 7:00. You got to be online, or you do it at your own leisure?
Just do assignments online. See how you do on them, and it's been fun. I mean, it's crazy when you're trying to do school at.
That's Jeff. That's Jeff's inner child.
Yeah.
But like on the show, for example, trying to do school and the show at the same time was pretty overwhelming, just because you have a minimum amount of time you have to do for school every day along with everything else, and sometimes you barely had enough time to do school, and that just showed how crazy every day was. I mean, it takes a lot of time, and it's not just all week you have to prepare your song. It's like if you're lucky, you have some time set out to really rehearse and stuff. But it all worked out, and it was a great experience, and it was definitely worth it, and I just loved it. It's like looking back, it's like, how did I do that? But in the middle of it, it's like, I'm still here. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
This is really exciting.
And what about
So-
college plans? Are those going to be on the back burner?
You
Do
know,
you see what
those
happens
are,
with your career?
yeah, that just all depends on, how this works out. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to last forever just because, you never know, I guess, but you just have to have a backup plan. But, this is my number one thing that I'd want to be doing, even if I was at college, this is what I'd want to be looking forward to. So now that I have this opportunity, I don't want to let it go to waste. So I want to do as much as I can while I have the opportunity. And then, once it settles a bit, I'll I'm still trying to, figure out what I'd want to do
if you had to
after this. But, even, if I went, had time to go back to college, I'd still try to figure some more ways I could do music, because this is just what I love to do. I just feel like this is what I have to do. It's my passion.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a major today and it couldn't be music related, what would it be?
I always say that I know it takes a lot of schooling, but I think it'd be really cool to be an ENT doctor, ear, nose, throat.
Oh yeah.
Just because I've had a lot of issues with that in the past, and it'd be really cool to help people out with that. I mean, that's where I went to find out about the whole vocal paralysis thing. And
Yeah, let's revisit that because it's been so long since that was sort of part of the storyline. But what exactly was wrong with your throat?
I guess you have it was just a partially paralyzed vocal cord, and I think everything happens for a reason. I don't think I'd be here without that experience. Even though I thought that was the end of it, because I felt like I feel like I might be getting somewhere with my music, and then that happened, and so I had to take a break, and I didn't know how long it was of a break it was going to be. But just like a couple of years, I do a performance here and there, but that's all I was able to do, like a song, because my voice would totally wear out. It's like I was lucky if I got through the song, but I was like, I don't know. It was just weird. My range dropped to about an octave, and
if we played
that's where my really breathy voice, I guess, because my breath wasn't as airy as before. I wasn't as gaspy and wheezy before, and but I think that's what's helped make my sound the way it is.
If we played a song of you before the operation and played the same song after, would it sound like two completely different people? Or
no, I don't think so. It's just more airy, I guess. I mean, before it was I don't know, more nasally. So I still have a nasally voice. It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
As a boy, your voice changes over the years, too.
I mean, it's dropped, but I still have a pretty high voice, and I'm sure it's not finished changing or whatever. But anyway, I had a really high voice actually when I was a kid. I'm sure. I mean, everyone does.
David's this interview has turned to puberty, and I'm uncomfortable. All right, well, I gotta go. Be out of here at 9:45. Thank you.
I was saying throughout the entire American Idol run, and I'm probably talking to your dad more than anything else right now, is that now I'm to the age where I'm looking at the Idol finalists and the Idolists more as a father than I am as a contestant, and how proud I would have been because you just kept it so poised from week in and week out, and how all that pressure each and every week, you got tens of millions of people watch, and you were just so poised and such a gentleman the entire time that I'm sure he's extremely proud of you. Extremely proud of you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my family's been, a big part of this. I mean, they're the ones who are supporting you and allowing you to do this. They've been really understanding. They're the ones who raised you, or they're the ones you've lived your life with. And so, my brothers and sisters have been really understanding and really supportive, and I've really appreciated them. And then, they have to be really patient to, have me going around, and then, they have to deal with the stuff at home, because I'm not there and people are always asking them questions and stuff. And they've been, I think they've handled it really well.
Sure.
So
Daddy Archuleta, would you mind grabbing a mic?
Come
on over.
We'd like you to sing for us. If you could, please.
I play trumpet. I don't.
Has it been tough for you? I mean, because all the attention in the family, I'm assuming with the kids, has been on David. So as a father, has it been tough for you to sort of keep the peace with everybody, going, hey, everything in the family's going to be just fine?
Well, like I said, I think they've been really good about that. They've been really understanding. I know sometimes it might be like, oh man, stop talking, but they've been really good. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
they've been really good brothers and sisters.
I mean, there's times when I wish I could be both places at once. My kids call, Dad, this is going on and that's going on, and we need you to come here for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And, we fit in we've been home 16 days since February 1st.
Whoa.
Wow.
So it has been a huge, sacrifice for my wife and the
Sure.
kids, but they're hanging in there.
Has this character that the media seems to have made you into over the last couple of months, is that upset? You've obviously seen the coverage and you've gone online and seen it. Is it upsetting to you what they say about you?
Well,
or have said?
It just was for a little while during the show. It's like when David had that 1 week where he forgot his lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like the tabloids wanted to make a reason why that happened. And I became the scapegoat. And then it just kind of mushroomed from there. And so we just had it, and we weren't allowed to defend ourselves or say what, it's like, well, this isn't even true, none of this stuff. I mean, there wasn't one story that actually happened.
Is that right?
Yeah. And so, the
no
Fox
water.
and all the people there were all supportive and said, don't worry, Jeff and David. I mean, we know what's going on. You don't even have to write. And David actually didn't even know what was going on until the very end.
That's good.
I didn't
good,
know until they started interviewing me about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you're like, where did this
They're
come from?
So we heard your dad's I was like, what? It was from, it's like the competition. That's what you're so focused on. I mean, that's like your life with the show, because, you have to devote so much of your time to that. And then, with school. So school in that was all I ever did every day. And so it's I was talking about the show and stuff, just the normal stuff. And then they throw that in. I was like, huh? Oh, that's weird. And then it's then they'd start talking about it more. And it's this is weird. It's that. And then that ended up being the only thing they wanted to talk about. And it's just are you serious, guys?
Enough already. Right?
What's going on? But it's fine, really. I mean, people ask every now and then, but it's not all they want to talk about anymore. Which is good, because I think they've realized that it was just, I don't know, with all the hype. I think now that we're out of the bubble, they've realized that things are good. But since we're shielded in our American Idol bubble, and that's we didn't come outside very much. I think it gave people room to talk, and TMZ, which they start a lot of things, but that's fine.
It just didn't seem like a fair assassination, because at 16, 17 years old, as a father or a mother, you should be by your child's side when they're going through something this stressful.
Well, they actually, when you're a minor, you have to have a parent there. And at the beginning, there were there were other kids. There were 3 other kids who had their parents there because they needed a guardian. And I think once they all left, because I was the last last minor in the top 12, I guess it caused more attention. Because in the earlier years, there were usually 2 minors at least.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it just, I was, when you stand out, you have
Sure.
people have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Say there wasn't a lot of controversy with that final 12, and so because I was in
so they try to make naughty pictures from people, and it's
some type
it's not
of
even
drama and some story and make something controversial, and we just had to kind of learn how to deal with that.
It was a good experience, because it's gonna
to deal with it.
It's funny how the roles have reversed now, because it feels to me more like David sticks up for you now more than you are for him.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah,
it's cool though.
Yeah, it really is.
It means you've done a good job as a dad.
Yeah. Your son's got your back, man. It's nice meeting you. Thanks for coming in. All right, the contestants, before we wrap up today, I want to let you know that we have actually, David has let you guys all off the hook. And he is bringing all of you guys down to Houston for the show in Texas. Okay, so you'll all be down there. You'll all see David. You'll all see Rihanna. You'll all see Colby. You'll all see Gavin
That's the downside on our end, at least for having, because technically we only did have one trip, so you might not get your travel arrangements right away.
Yeah, unfortunately, David, we're going to have to take your trip away from you to make sure that they can go, but that was really cool of you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming out, you guys, too. That was really cool to meet you guys.
Is there anything else I forgot here, guys?
No, I think
Anything
we're cool.
else? We good?
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It was fun.
Thanks for playing along.
This was really fun.
He was a good sport.
Totally.
Great sport.
And when does the album come out? I know it's November
11th. Yeah. Fun
You excited about it?
Yeah. I'm really excited. I mean, this is, this is what you look forward to. It's making an album. I think that's every singer's dream to do. And So now that I have that chance, I didn't have a ton of time, but it was,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. We had the tour and making the album going at the same time, so that was a bit of a challenge. But I think it, I learned a lot from it, and it was really cool. And now I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people think. And I think there's a nice variety on the album, so some for everyone, and that way, it doesn't keep me limited with where I want to go next. I give myself options that way, I think. So I'm excited.
Is it going to be the kind of thing where you're hanging out on the phone and you're waiting for the record company to call to let you know how it's done all day? Or are you just going to go about your business and do your online test?
What?
Your online school test that I'm sure you're going to do.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to do homework on the day his album comes out.
Well, I co-wrote 2 of the songs on the album, so that was fun. It's you feel like you're even more a part of the whole process when, I don't know, and there's so much more. It brings it to a new level to how meaningful the song is when you have a piece of it. It's it's part of your stories in that, and it's I don't know, you can just connect to it so much more when you're singing it, and it's just really neat. And I just can't wait to keep writing and stuff, just because being able to write with amazingly talented writers is just an honor. Sometimes whoa, I'm not worthy. It's cool though. I'm really excited with the next album. Hopefully I'll be able to be working on that and take some more time, because I'm sure I hope I'll have more time. Well, I'm sure I'll have more time, because usually with after the American Idol thing, all the American Idol contestants have to make their album as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
So with the next album I'll sit down and hopefully write some more and see how it goes. Yeah.
Your fans can't wait.
I
They
know
are
they can, man.
salivating over every word that comes out of his mouth.
Thanks a lot for coming in studio.
Thank
I really
you.
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. It was fun.
And go check out the videos online of these Burt Show listeners, and more than that, David Archuleta fanatics being surprised by David in studio this morning, because it is priceless. Yo.
Hey, you know what I think would be funny is Johnny O comes on at 3 o'clock. Do you think you can hide behind the curtain until May? And during his first break on the air, jump out at him?
We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening today. All this going to be up online at allthehitsq100.com.